Welcome to a new episode of A Long Way Home. Thank you so much for pausing amidst this 21st century of people living in the busy, and I want to invite a shift to having a full life, but to moving with calm and grace. If you're listening to this podcast right now, there's no accident, and please email me at wellnesswavedirector@gmail.com with any takeaways that you have or any suggested topics you'd like me to consider exploring for future episodes. And I thank you so much for being present with me today. I do want to let you know my audiobook and book of A Long Way Home is available worldwide on Amazon, and my book Choose Peace and the audiobook will be available very soon, is also available worldwide on Amazon. I have 2 Spotify podcasts. If you've enjoyed this one, please jump over and listen to Adventures with Ms. V. My other podcast provides tools and mindfulness for academic success, as well as a global lesson about a different country in the world with each episode. When I come, I have a beautiful recording system for my podcasts, and I have a Master of Science in Journalism from Columbia University, and I hosted, produced 2 radio shows in my career, and I'm an award-winning filmmaker of the documentary American Cowboys. You can also email me. That is also available for purchase as well. It was narrated by William Hurt, the Academy Award winner. This morning I was meditating, and I always record these podcasts coming out of a deep state of meditation, of stillness. Meditating is non-denominational. Meditating is about heightening our emotional intelligence, being able to sit in stillness, because it's in the stillness that the clarity arrives. And in that stillness, I often ask questions. And this morning I asked the question, what am I meant to share on A Long Way Home podcast? What is this episode that's calling to come out of me today to share with you, the listener? Whether you're driving your car or taking your walk on a break from work or enjoying a weekend stroll or sitting in your living room giving yourself permission to do nothing. Let me know where you're listening from. I would love that. What country, what state, what city? Were you on the couch? Were you walking? Were you taking the pause? Please email me at wellnesswavedirector@gmail.com with any feedback on the podcast. It would just mean the world to me. And the topic for today is, what are we being shown? What are we being shown? In this 21st century of quote unquote busy, like if you truly listen to yourself, and I've mentioned this in my other podcasts, if you listen to yourself, if you listen to other people, like count. My homework assignment is count how many times in one day do you hear people say, I'm busy. Therein lies the pandemic of the 21st century. We are in a space in time that is absolutely essential to step out, to balance our energy, to ground into calm and quiet, to minimize the socializing, to do conscious social withdrawal, that it's okay to say no to all the invitations, and to really move into management of our own energy, time management. When do you go out? When do you need to pull back? Where do you need to balance the energy? And to become really conscious on what your inner compass is guiding you with. Now, as we review the week, and I invite you to do that, I invite you to even hit pause on this podcast and get a journal and look at your week. Here's the homework. Okay, let's do the work. I just did this for the last few hours and just journaled and just reflected because I didn't want to miss any of the lessons being shown to me. I'm consciously awake enough to know that our days aren't for nothing. We're here because we're meant to learn, we're meant to grow, we're meant to shift, we're meant to heighten our consciousness. The only way we can heighten our consciousness is if we slow down enough to recognize what the lessons are that are being shown to us. And that's the topic that I'm zoning in on today. So please take a breath with me, right? Like just stretch for a moment, reach your arms up, yawn. Yawning oxygenates the brain. Just shake out a little bit. Get in your body, shake your head. Maybe do some neck rolls, shoulders up and back. I'm doing it myself, realigning my own posture so I'm sitting up straight to communicate with clarity. So the invitation to you, and you can write these questions down to journal. When I review my week or my day, I do it every night so I don't miss the lessons. I'm like, wow, how did I show up? So start with maybe Monday and go through your week. And then I invite you to consider making this a daily practice. For me, it's now an in the moment practice where I'm watching the interactions unravel so consciously, like, oh, what is this showing me right now? I had a really deep conversation with a friend after work the other day, and the triggers were popping like popcorn, right? What was it showing me? Was it showing me? Where do I need to forgive myself? Where do I need to make amends? Where do I need to change my behavior? In what way do I need to show up differently? Or what is it in their behavior that's triggering me that I've done the same and maybe I didn't like it. Maybe I didn't receive it well. And maybe I need to forgive myself because I've done that same behavior to somebody else. Was it a coworker? Was it a boss? Was it a family member? Was it a friend? Was it a child? Was it a parent? Look at your week, but get very, very specific. Look at who shows up. What is the interaction? Then what was the emotion you experienced in that interaction? How did you react to the emotion? Were you able to rise above the emotion and heighten your emotional intelligence? Or were you suddenly caught in the emotion by the trigger and you rolled with it in constant reactive pattern, needing to get in the last word, needing to be defensive? Because you get to change that script. The moment you start walking through life with a heightened consciousness that every interaction that we're being shown, the good, the bad, and the ugly throughout the day, is our opportunity to heighten not only our consciousness, but our emotional intelligence. And none of this has to do with religion, beliefs, or anything. This is simply about science. The ego and the mind wants us stuck in trauma. In yoga, it's the science of yoga because you're getting tools on how to still the mind. The mind wants drama and trauma. The ego wants trauma and drama. I've been teaching yoga since 1994. When we awaken to breath, then the moment that causes the trigger, in the moment that it's happening, here's my invitation. As the triggers happen moving forward, just start fresh, right? Who is it that's showing up? What is the emotional reaction the situation or the person is causing within you? Is it joy? I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm glad, I'm mad. Whatever it is, recognize it. Take a breath. Ask yourself very, very consciously, what is this person showing me? It can be something small. It can be something huge. But every single interaction is a lesson within the day. We're not tripping about the past. We're not future tripping about the future. This podcast right now is about the present. And in fact, forget my request to look back at the week and start today. Start today, start right now. Maybe I'm triggering you. You're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to hear this woman. So then you ask yourself, oh, where do people not want to hear me? Right? Am I triggering you with this podcast? If yes, recognize it. Are you annoyed? Are you asking yourself, why am I even listening to this? Or are you gaining something meaningful and helpful? What's happening for you right this moment? Are you living in the busy? Are you driving through, getting the food, getting the takeout, because you're so busy that you can't go shopping for the healthy food and cook? Are you so busy? And is the weight coming on? Like you can't figure it out, but this weight just keeps coming on. Weight can be emotional stress, and it's food and not taking care of yourself. All of this is about watch what you're being shown. And anything we're being shown, whatever our reaction is, whether it's anxiety, happiness, sadness, good, bad, ugly, whatever comes up, whatever we are being shown, we are responsible to wake up and get the lesson. Or it's going to keep showing up in your life, the same situation, the same person. Maybe you have a person who keeps showing up and every time you set a boundary, they push. Or they lean in and see where they can push the bar. Or they completely ignore your boundary. Or are they honoring your boundary? What are they showing you? But more importantly, what are you showing them? Do you hold your boundary? Or do you give in? Do you just give in because of emotional terrorism and they push you? Or do you say, no, this is what I'm standing in, and you either meet me in this parameter or you're not welcome into the circle? That gets tough. That gets really, really tough. But true liberation and inner peace will come when you recognize what you're being shown in the moment. And when you recognize what you're being shown in the moment, you step into the deeper question of how am I reacting to it? Can I react with calm and grace and stillness and quiet? Rather than needing the last word, needing to defend yourself, needing to tell the whole story about why you're right. Because that's a lot of waste of your energy. Just watch what you're shown. Watch how you react. When you set a boundary, same thing. Who honors the boundaries? And you know what's powerful? You may lose people along the way, from children to friends. They may want nothing to do with you when you set the clear boundary. But then what begins to happen is you create a circle of people in your life, and the circle may become smaller, but it becomes a circle of people with respect and mutual respect, where you're going to honor their boundary, they're going to honor your boundary. My circles become smaller because my boundaries are getting clearer. I'm half a century into this life, and this isn't a dress rehearsal. I don't need people to love me and like me. What I need is for me to love myself and choose myself and to honor my boundaries of what I'm willing to live with and what I'm not going to live with. That takes discipline, commitment, focus, and the willing to let go. The willingness to let go, that whoever is meant to be in your story will be in your story. Whatever work is meant to come to you is going to come to you. Now you have to still take action steps. You have to cultivate relationships. But is it a one-way street? Are you the one always making the phone call? Because I've released that too. If there isn't two-way mutual energy coming into connection, don't chase. Don't chase anything. Don't chase work. Don't chase friendships. Don't chase romance. Let that all go. Who shows up? Who shows up with kindness? Who shows up with mutual respect? And what are you showing? How are you showing up in these relationships? That's the deeper question. Whew. It's hard to hold up the mirror. I've had numerous moments this week where I said, "Oh, I could have done that differently. Oh, I wish I just hadn't shared that piece of information." And that's the other thing. Your personal life is your personal life. Protect your peace and protect all your finances, what you're doing, and just let the result be what shows up. Because human nature is that they're going to want to destroy the plan. It took me years to learn this. Nobody knows what I'm working on right now. I mean, obviously I'm doing my podcast, but I got things brewing and I don't talk about it. No one needs to know. Protect your self-management. Protect your energy field. So please get a special journal. Please take the time in the morning and the night to become conscious throughout the day, to ask, what am I being shown? What is the lesson? What is the trigger? And what is it showing about myself? Have an amazing day. And my intention was to be under 20 minutes. And please email me at wellnesswavedirector@gmail.com. Listen to Adventures with Ms. V, especially if you have kids. And again, my books are on Amazon, just Amazon worldwide. So type in my name and you'll see A Long Way Home and Choose Peace. One book, one reader at a time, one podcast, one moment at a time. May we grow global community connection. May we realize that we are one humanity. We are all just trying to find a long way home. That peace is within us. Whether we travel the world or we never leave our hometown, that the journey to peace is the road within.